We'll change that to a 7, and that should be good.
Oh, hi. Kid here. Welcome to my table. Hey, I'm not evil. My table is run fairly. Actions have consequences. Never mind, we'll let them decide. This is a story from one of my campaigns. 4 great heroes made up the questing party. Lalluna the Sorceress of Life, Zerodime the Artificer, Rummin Brandywine, and Landon Evermore. They had recently slain a hill giant and were feeling like powerful heroes. That was when they heard the rumors. A baby dragon was causing trouble for a nearby village. Of course, our heroic giant killers weren't worried about a baby, even if it was a dragon. So they trekked it to its lair, a small cave surrounded by wilted plants set into a cliff. The faint smell of chlorine wafted from the place. Landon took point as the group entered. The cave widened into a cavern. Stalagmites and tights made the underground resemble the mouth of some fearsome beast. The glow of their light spells glinted off of a few coins of gold and silver stuck to the mucky floor. As Zerodime and Rummin pried coins free, Lalluna and Landon discussed the sheep farm that our heroes were planning on starting. Yes, a sheep farm. And everyone roll surprise checks. No good? From the rear of the cavern came a hiss, and suddenly the cave was filling with a cloud of chlorine gas. Rummin went down, choking. Zero lost consciousness too. Lalluna barely stayed awake, and Landon drew his sword, ready for the coming assault that never came. The green dragon hatchling was already retreating down a narrow passage at the rear of the cave. Lalluna used her elven magic to restore Zerodime and Rummin, and the party decided belatedly to discuss strategy in the cavern that they had just been ambushed in. So of course the dragon stuck his head back in and hit them with its breath again, and ran away again. Everyone went down except for Landon. Landon forced the unconscious Lalluna to drink a potion. Again, the elf channeled her healing power to save Zero and Rummin, and the party began to argue. Press on? Retreat? A third time, the dragon filled the cavern with chlorine gas. Only Landon was still on his feet, barely. His hit points were in the single digits. The choice was made. Landon tossed Rummin and Lalluna over either shoulder and dragged Zero behind by the ankles. Struggling with such an awkward load, Landon stepped out into the fresh, sweet-seeming air. This was when Landon decided to take a page from the dragon strategy. Landon targeted a fireball spell back to the rear of the cavern where he remembered the dragon poking its head out of a small tunnel. There was a screech, and soon it was fleeing out the main tunnel entrance. He hacked at it with his sword, finishing it off quickly, before finally binding his companion's wounds. That was the end of that adventure. I think that they had learned a valuable lesson in planning strategy before encountering the enemy. Maybe not. But they had saved the village, and it's not like anyone needed to know that they had almost died 3 times to kill a baby dragon. Being the kind and generous dungeon master that I am, I gave the party an extra 50% over and above the standard value of a hatchling green dragon. After all, I had designed its lair to take advantage of its abilities, and there was nowhere that they could go and be free from the breath weapon without leaving the cavern. So, those of you out there who play D&D, what do you think? Am I an evil DM? Has your DM ever done something like this? Would you like to play in a campaign like this? I think that's about it for this story. Although they encountered other dragons later in that campaign, the first one always stuck with me. Fare thee well, my foxy friends.